Global TV sensation Stranger Things recently returned for its fourth installment, and fans of the hit show have lauded it for bringing the heat once again. However, not everyone was convinced about the show's potential from day one, with one key actor even going as far as to reveal that they thought it wouldn't take off at all. Today, we are discussing David Harbour's revelation that he thought Stranger Things would be a disaster. Stay tuned. Let's get straight into it then. What did Harbour have to say? Well, it might shock you to learn that David Harbour, who plays Hawkins police chief Jim Hopper, wasn't completely sold on the potential of Stranger Things before the hit show aired. Speaking earlier this month, Harbour has suggested that during filming for the first season, he thought the show would flop, saying, "I remember when we were shooting the first season, we were down in Atlanta. Netflix had given us a budget of about $20. Harbour then went on to explain how halfway through shooting, his hairstylist approached him with fears that the show wasn't going to work. Harbour then revealed how after the show wrapped, everyone thought there was no chance they'd get a second season, saying, "We thought no one would watch it. It was going to be a disaster." I mean, he couldn't have been more wrong, right? The show is, of course, one of Netflix's biggest hits, and considering how season 4 ended, we can be sure of a scintillating season 5 when it returns. And Matt Duffer, one half of the sibling creative team, was on hand to explain, "For the first time ever, we don't wrap things up at the end of 4, so it's going to be moving." Duffer then went on to reveal how season 5 will be moving pretty fast, and the drive and purpose of the characters will make the 5th season feel really different. We can't wait. What do you guys make of Harbour's admission? Next up, Harbour has been detailing his dramatic weight loss for the 4th season of Stranger Things. Stay tuned. It's safe to say that Harbour's character, Hopper, has been through a bit of a rough time of it between seasons 3 and 4, and Harbour has recently revealed how this storyline was the inspiration for his impressive weight loss. Hopper was presumed dead at the end of season 3, but as we know, he was rescued by the Russians and slung in a Siberian gulag, and Harbour wanted his physique to explain to the viewer what he had actually been through, which we can see when he takes his shirt off in the penultimate episode. He said, "When I took my shirt off, I wanted to reveal this body that had been hardened by this prison. You know, a guy who was more brutal, but was also thinner and had not been eating well." Harbour dropped to 190 pounds from about 270 in a dramatic, disciplined regime. He credits the loss to intermittent fasting, the process of only eating during a small window throughout the day. Referring to it as the fad diet of the moment, he went on to explain that it wasn't so much about what I was eating, it was about the how, and that was much better for my lifestyle. He went on to say that eating things like steamed chicken isn't his thing, but also claimed that because he was so big, the weight came off pretty easily. That's dedication to the role, folks. What do you make of this? Next up, Harbour has revealed how he actually met the missus. Stay with us. You may or may not know that our favorite chief of police is actually married to British pop star Lily Allen in real life. Whilst the official story is that the pair met backstage at a talk show, Harbour has revealed that they actually met on the Uber-exclusive dating app Raya. I mean, it's 2022, right? Harbour said, "I was in London alone, doing Black Widow, on this app, going on dates and stuff, and yeah, I started texting with her. She was in Italy at the time. We got together, went on a date at the Wosley, and it was, she's unbelievable." Language, please, Mr. Harbour. Whilst Harbour went on to say that Lily claims to have fallen in love with her man at first sight, he has revealed that it actually took him a little longer, but he does remember the exact moment, saying, "It was our 3rd date. I was just in this phase where I was like, I'm just going to be brutally honest about everything, because why lie? And I told her something about my life, about my beliefs. It would take a really extraordinary person to be accepting of the things that I said, and I remember thinking, wow, that's somebody I want to be around." Whilst he didn't go into details about what he actually said, it was clear to see that his love for Alan is real. What do you guys make of how the pair met? Let us know below. We're discussing a new role for Harbour next. Harbour will play mob figure Jimmy Galante in a new movie which is set to shoot this autumn, The Trashers, which tells the story of Genevieve's crime family associate Galante, details his rise to Connecticut trash magnate, and his ownership of a minor league hockey team called the Danbury Trashers. The Trashers were run by Galante's teenage son and were infamous around the league for their rough approach as they became more successful, largely due to Galante illegally pumping more and more money into the team. They gained a wider fan base, but that came crashing down after Galante Sr.'s arrest on 72 criminal charges. Harbour will be joined on the project by Olivia de Jong, who most recently appeared in the Elvis biopic. Playing Galante's teenage son will be Cooper Hoffman, and the movie will also be directed by Cooper Rife, who has just finished working on Cha Cha Real Smooth. And speaking about the upcoming movie and the chance to work with the Stranger Things star, Rife said, "I feel so lucky to be working with David. He's a magnificent actor and the perfect Jimmy Galante because he's truly tough and impossibly warm. He's also the best person, and I hope he reads this and knows I want to be friends with him forever. We cannot wait for this one to drop. Will you guys be heading to the theater to see it? Let us know below." Next up, what do we know about Season 5 of Stranger Things? Well, Season 4 is now done and dusted, and we can look forward to the 5th and final season, but don't expect it to drop anytime soon. Of course, the Duffers have been quoted as saying fans can expect a shorter wait this time around, but that will probably still be up to a year, and given the fact that the 4th season has only just finished, it's still going to be a while away. We also know they haven't started filming yet, so it could be even longer than a year. So we would guesstimate that the 5th season will drop sometime towards the end of next year. The Duffers have also suggested that the final season could be set to include a pretty significant time jump, but so far, no details have emerged in this regard. If there is a time jump, we're not sure where that leaves us in regard to Hawkins literally being on fire as we left Season 4. Would they just skip over this and reveal what happened later? We're not sure. Also, the show's creators have revealed that everyone will be back in Hawkins for the final season, which means no California and of course no Russia. Will is also set for a central role in the 5th season as the show comes full circle. What do you guys think the 5th season will have in store for us? Give us your thoughts below. And finally, news that Sadie Sink almost missed out on her role. Sink of course plays Max Mayfield on the hit show, but it all might have been so different for the young actress. Having joined the show in 2017, Sink has become a popular part of the Netflix hit, but it turns out the showrunners were hesitant to cast her at first because she was just 14 when Season 2 dropped. Bosses thought she might have been too old to play Max, but she knew she was perfect for the part, saying, "I just begged and pleaded with them to give me more material so I could show them something fresh." She then explained she had a successful table read with Dustin and Caleb actors Gaten Matarazzo and Lucas Sinclair, managing to convince the powers that be that she was right for the role. Sadie was central to proceedings in Season 4, as her character Max had to be rescued from the Upside Down by the gang after being abducted whilst at her brother's grave. What did you guys make of the last Stranger Things season? As usual, thanks for joining us today, and remember to tune in again next time when we will be discussing all sorts of other cool bits and pieces. And why not do us a solid by liking and sharing today's video whilst also subscribing to our channel. Bye guys!